Welcome to the KC Stars podcast, where we talk to people in the local Kansas City film community. And I have with me Sam Tady, who calls himself a writer, producer, director, but on IMDb, he has more roles. So I'll let you introduce yourself,
Yes.
sir.
Yeah, well, you did a great job there. I'm Sam Tady. Those are my main roles that I generally do. But yeah, I also do acting, writing. I do some gaffing, visual effects work, just pretty much a jack of all trades when it comes to filmmaking. And it's the only thing I know how to do, and the only thing that keeps me employed. So it's great.
That's it. So you're a full-time in the film community.
Yeah, so my day job is a video production specialist, full time, and then on the side, that's when I do like movies and films and whatnot, commercial work and stuff to just kind of either for fun or to supplement income as opportunities arise.
Wow. So did you go to school for that or do an internship? How did you get involved?
Yeah, so I started out by going to Johnson County Community College, and I got into their journalism program, their video journalism program, and was originally trained in news, and then went off to UMKC to do film school there, all the while making stuff in conjunction with my formal education. And yeah, it was just kind of something that I always knew I wanted to do. Basically, since I was six, they told me that Batman is not a actual career choice, so I had to figure something else out. And turns out it was filmmaking. So yeah,
Excellent. Have you made any Batman films now, just out of curiosity?
I have not.
Okay, okay. That's good though. You have not, I'm
Still
just throwing out
hoping.
some
Maybe that
ideas.
call will come one day. Who knows?
Yeah, no, no, you could be the actor, the writer, the director, the producer. You could do it all.
Yeah,
Um,
man, you bring coffee to someone on a Batman set. That'd be amazing.
that's right.
So
Um, I, I guess I wanted to show some pictures. I'm going to go ahead and do that now.
yeah.
If you've watched the show, you know this is part of it. So,
Mhm.
what do we have here?
This is a behind the scenes shot of me and my two co-stars in the new Sherlock Holmes film that we're doing, which actually should be premiering in March. It's called The Casebook of Sherlock Holmes, the Sussex Vampire. And I have Dr. Watson next to me. That's Adam McAdoo is playing him, and then Jeremy Walter is playing our client, Robert Ferguson, in this one.
That's excellent. I've worked with Jeremy multiple times, so I really like
Oh,
Jeremy.
good. Yeah, he's amazing. He actually ended up after we were done filming that one, this picture right here, he wrote the script to the next one because he was like, "Hey, I really like doing that. I've got a take of another one."
That's
So
awesome.
this is a recent production photo of our Sherlock Holmes, the solitary cyclist, and the dancing men, and that's me and Adam a couple years later in some new costumes on our new Baker Street set.
Very cool. Where do you film these in Kansas City? Like, where do you go?
Well, that what you're looking at right now is my apartment.
Oh,
I
okay.
just decided to turn it into a Victorian sitting room because I've kind of always liked that neo sort of classic look about things. And then for our locations, there's a couple of Victorian homes around town, like Vale Manor. We filmed the exteriors there, and then I lucked out at the apartment complex that I was renting. They had a handful of Victorian sitting rooms.
Wow.
Uh, so we were able to rent those out for a couple of days and shoot our interiors there, and it's been fun. A lot of set building too. I love production design, so me and my brother like to build sets, and he'll manufacture like fireplaces out of old bed frames and stuff. And yeah, it's just all around town. There's little hidden gems everywhere if you just get up and look and have a little imagination.
That's awesome. I've filmed stuff with a variety of people, never with you yet, but filmed stuff with
Yeah.
a variety of people.
Yeah.
And one of the things that was like I don't really think of Independence as being this beautiful area, but it does have some beautiful areas. I didn't actually go to it. It was the film I was in. I filmed like on 2 days, and then I came back one day at the very last day of filming. And in
Hmm.
between, they had gone to what they called the Elvis Mansion. Because they wanted a VRBO that had a pool in it, and there
Hmm.
was a mansion, I guess, kind of like Elvis theme, and they had a pool that was in the shape of the guitars and had painted the strings and stuff, and like because they
Yeah,
had to have a pool scene for somebody to get pushed in a pool.
so
And it's
cool.
like I didn't even know it existed. Yeah, I've been to like a few places with that 916 Productions. Like it's like, wow,
Hmm.
I didn't even know these existed in Kansas City.
That's so cool.
Hey, what
Then
do we got here?
yeah, this was the first feature film that I was hired to make through the Upchurch Foundation. A friend of mine and producer Paul Kyle wrote the script, and through their foundation, the Upchurch Foundation, which raises money and helps out veterans who suffer from PTSD. And this was one of the fundraising things that we did, and it was to tell the life story of Audie Murphy, who was a World War II hero turned Hollywood actor and did a lot of westerns when he came back, but also was the first like high profile soldier with PTSD who was willing to talk about it. So
Wow,
yeah, we just wanted to kind of highlight his life story. He was a really cool guy.
like a great story.
Yeah.
This one I've actually seen. So tell
Oh,
us about
cool.
this one. It was
So,
great, actually. My wife and I watched it together like 2 years
oh,
ago or something.
I appreciate that. Yeah, so this is the sequel to a my first sci-fi film that I had done called Under the Sun. This is Industrial Evolution, and it's about a group of cyborgs in the not too distant future having to deal with different prejudices that are happening there, along with trying to learn how to tackle some of those social issues because they're on kind of different sides of some people want to try to work within the system, some people want to try to ignore it and just be treated normal, and then there are others who kind of go down that dangerous, they could become just as bad as the bad guys path. So check all these out on YouTube, on Tady Brothers Productions YouTube.
Yeah, I've seen both of those pictures, and it's so funny because I moved here in 2019, and
Hmm.
I don't know when these came out exactly, but I watched it. I
Oh
didn't know.
man,
Then,
yeah.
like when I watched the second one, I knew more people in it.
Yes. This was our most recent short film that we put out called Nobody Lives Forever, starring Sarah McGuire and Amber Joy. And this is actually a remake of a bad film that I did in college, but I liked
Oh,
most of the script. So we reworked it, got actors who were good. And I'm not saying that to insult anybody because I was the lead actor in the bad one. So I replaced myself with somebody who was a good actor. And we remade it kind of in a retro neo 80s slash send up to James Bond films, and it was a blast. That was so much fun to make. I think we shot for like 9 days, and we got car chases, shootouts, and all sorts of stuff. It's cool. A little romance in there too, which is always good.
it looks like Carl Urban is in this.
It's my buddy Dan Wise. He does a lot of cosplaying as Wolverine.
Okay, okay. All right. I was close.
Oh wow. This is from our original Sherlock Holmes series. I think this was film like four or five. And this was our I all of our Sherlock Holmes episodes because I kind of consider them more episodes than films because they're I was a big fan of like the 80s Granada series with Jeremy Brett, so our
Mhm.
films are like heavily inspired by them, and they're all kind of long, so they're not programmable in film festivals. So I wrote a under 10-minute one that I knew could be into film festivals and that would get people interested in the series. So that is The Solitary Cycle.
How long were the other ones?
They range from 22 minutes to an hour.
Oh, the hour is considered a feature. You might be able to get that in. I don't know. I was in a 16-minute that classified as a long short,
Hmm.
and they let him 20 minutes and under, or if it was 15 and under, he would call and talk to them, and then they would
Yeah,
consider it.
nice.
And I've seen this one as well.
This one's really good. So this
Yeah.
one is not mine. I just got to work on it, which was amazing. This is from my buddies at IX Productions, Patrick Poe and Lolo Loren. And this is their kind of romantic comedy movie, almost sort of maybe. And it when it was written and we were making it, it was doing a lot of twists on the romantic genre and just featured a lot of different things in Kansas City. So you can watch it and it stands on its own as like a really, really hard to um really, really why am I trying to say?
Heartfelt.
Heartfelt. I was almost saying heart-wrenching. I was like, it's really not. It's funny. Heartfelt film, but also as a tour of Kansas City. So it's pretty cool. They did
That
a
was good.
fantastic.
I loved Patrick Poe's character in that.
He was so
With
good.
he was so good, like he was so good looking and not like it was just freaking I loved it. It was great. He did a great job in that. So
There is one line that he told me later on that he based on something that I said, and I was like, "What is it?" And he was like, "In the dinner scene, they're talking to each other, and he goes, well, sometimes I like to sing Disney songs and pretend I'm a cat." And it's because one of the things that I like to do is do lip syncing to the "Be Prepared" song, and he was like, "Oh, that's
hilarious.
hilarious. We're gonna stick it in."
That's great.
Yeah.
Um, so you said you started like what age did you first start performing, filming, that sort of thing?
Professionally doing things where I was being paid probably about 19.
Okay. What
When I
about
just
not
picked up,
professionally?
yeah, when I just picked up a camera, I
Yeah.
think I was 11, and me and my siblings ended up doing like a 10-minute like Passion of the Christ film for Easter.
That is so cool. That is so cool.
And
And
and then
you
after
grew
that,
up
like
on the
everybody
Kansas
started
side
working.
then?
Kansas, yeah, Kansas side. Yeah,
Are you
Kansas City.
in
Yeah.
Missouri or Kansas now?
Still in Kansas.
Oh,
Yep.
okay, okay. You
Yep.
said you went to UMKC, so I know you're not afraid to come into Missouri, so that's
No,
good. So
no.
yeah.
I love Missouri. Missouri's great. I just like one license plate on my car.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
okay. It's so funny. All the states like have different rules. I don't know if you noticed, but like if you go to Trader Joe's in Missouri,
mhm.
whiskey, wine, beer, whatever, you
Oh,
go to the one in Kansas, nothing.
nope.
Missouri has the easiest laws on alcohol of, well, they have the lowest taxes, I know. I assume they're one of the easiest laws because like people can't believe it when they come here from other places and they go to CVS or Walgreens
Yep.
or gas stations and they sell actual whiskey, not just beer and wine, but like all the grocery store, like it's amazing.
Yeah. I
If you,
I heard that there's still like dry counties in Kansas even. Like it's wild.
wow, wow.
You know.
So you got started when you were 18 with a paid role. What was your first paid role?
I did a training video for Children's TLC over by PBS in Kansas City, Missouri. I had met one of my friends from high school, Caitlin. Her mom had worked there and we're needing some video stuff, and we were doing early Sherlock Holmes films with her. So she's like, I know a guy who knows how to use a camera.
Yeah.
So she got me my first gig doing that kind of thing.
Wow. And then you went to Johnson County Community College.
Yep.
Were you still making things on the side then, or were you just focusing on school?
Still making things on the side then. We did a Sherlock Holmes in that time. I went to all the film fest. The Johnson County Community College used to have a film festival every year, so I always made something for that along with my brother. And then we also did like a series of Doctor Who fan films during my college years too that were a lot of fun and kind of taught us how to do some visual effects. And that was kind of my first little like sci-fi thing without it being something original that I wrote that was based on other characters.
Yeah. Wow. And then what is your degree from UMKC? What is it called?
So the degree I was going for was communications with an emphasis in film. I don't
Communications and
even think they
emphasis in
have it
film.
anymore. It's something like I know last time I checked, they'd like split it into a couple of different things. But that was what it was, what it was called at the time.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, of the things that you've done, like what are you most proud of?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Um, I th I think some of the things that I'm the most proud of are some of the films that I've got to work with other people, just because that was the time where if like I'm invested in my friends' films and I like being able to be part of it, but that's also the time where I feel the pressure is sometimes the highest, where I'm like, oh, I can't mess this up for this person when it comes to like doing a visual effect or something. Like for Finding Joy, my friend Val Bates' film. I did some of the visual effects for that, and I felt like, oh, I really have to figure out some stuff and step up my game because I don't want to disappoint her. And I want her to like want to work with me again and stuff like that. So, and then also on IX's films, currently I'm a production designer on their new feature film that they're shooting called Family Jewels. And I feel that when I'm working on other people's stuff, it steps up my game quite a bit. But I think the project of mine that I'm the most proud of is our Sherlock Holmes series. And it's because it's one of the weird films that if I'm watching any of my films, I can see how it was made. And I'm always thinking about like, oh, that's how we shot that. But the Holmes one gives me a degree of separation, which is great. And I think it's just because of my love for the source material. I can forget how I made that film and I can just watch it and it's just pure entertainment. So that's one of the ones that I'm the proudest of.
Some people hate to watch their own movies and they hate to watch themselves on film and whatever. And do you have that same thing? Like, are you?
No, I love watching myself on film. I think it's a lot of fun.
That's
Um,
awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I have fun doing it, and I think that you should be a fan of your own work. Otherwise, like, why are you doing it? Like, your first audience should be you.
Well, your boy Jeremy and I have talked about this because the Wholesome Grove was coming, and
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, I hate seeing myself on film." I love it. I laugh because I'm mean to Jeremy the whole time, pretty much, and I think it's hilarious because I actually really like him, and then I'm being mean to like to me it's just goofy, but
Yeah,
other
it's
people
having
watch
fun.
it. I think they critique themselves, not just him. A lot of people do
Mhm.
that. They just critique themselves. I think it's fun to watch. Like watch it for entertainment, like you do Sherlock Holmes.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. And you get to watch yourself a lot of times since I'm filming so many things in the community, they get to be like little touchstones when I look back. I'd be like, oh, that's where me and my friends were at that point in
Yeah,
time. And
that's awesome.
I love it. It's so great. It's like
That's
higher
awesome.
production home movies, but somebody made the dialogue better than what you'd say in real life.
Have you done any directing or producing of things you didn't write?
Oh, all the time at work. Anytime any client brings something to me, I'm generally not the one that wrote the script for it.
Okay.
And I'm just trying to bring their vision to life. Or if I do any kind of commercial work, usually somebody will come with an outline or they'll have a script. For instance, the Audie Murphy movie. I didn't have anything to do with writing that script. But I had worked with Paul on some other projects at my day job at Johnson County Community College. And from there, we built up a working relationship. So he trusted me with being able to direct his script, and that was really cool.
That's awesome. So you do that a lot. So
Oh
it
yeah,
was
it's
not
every day for me.
uncommon for
Yeah.
you. So I guess what do you do then? I guess I misunderstood what you did. I was picturing you like um, setting up things for other people. I wasn't picturing you being the director of something. So tell me what is it you
Yeah.
do?
So a video production specialist does do that, where we are on set and setting everything up, but we're also producers and directors of our own individual projects, and we have a team that works with us. So it's not being a one-man band because we do have a 10-person team, like I was saying, but you end up finding yourself wearing a bunch of different hats, and that's what I do every day.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So you learn how to do everything. You know how to edit,
hmm
light.
Yep.
You can do whatever they ask you to.
If I don't know how to do it, I'll learn very quickly. But
That's
yeah,
awesome.
I try my best. So,
What's a big project you've been on in Kansas City that you can say?
um, as far as like film productions in Kansas
Yeah,
City,
yeah. Have you been?
I don't do a whole lot,
Oh,
to be
okay.
honest. Besides working on my own stuff, my job does take up all of my time that isn't free.
Gotcha.
Because it is a 8 to like 5 o'clock thing every day. So when I have free time, I like working on my own stuff. Is kind of the way it goes. I'm open to working on other things. I'd love to be able to work on some of the productions in town, but taking off like that chunk of time
Yeah.
um, is sometimes difficult.
Oh,
But
okay.
the
I
right
know that like
project
a
comes
big
along.
Hallmark movie
Yeah,
and I guess
a lot of my friends were on that one. Yeah,
yeah. And we probably know a lot of the same people. I knew people on that
yeah,
one and then oh geez, I cannot think of it. Jason Sudeikis, his movie or TV show.
yeah. The
Apple TV, what's it called?
yeah, with the soccer one. I
Okay, we're thinking of the same thing. I just
wow.
cannot
Yes.
think of it.
Mhm.
Well, I've watched the first three episodes years
Nice.
ago. But that was in town. They got everybody
Oh yeah.
on that. It was everybody. So, a lot of people. So I guess like if you were to choose one, they said
Mhm.
you're going to specialize, or like at your job, if they say
Sure.
you can, which one do you want to take?
hmm
Producer, writer, director, actor, gaffer, like what are you going to choose?
If I could only choose one, probably director.
Director.
Um, I think that I'm pretty cool under pressure, and I can also make decisions quickly and own them whether they work or not. And I think that's something that's important to be able to do as a director, and I feel very comfortable doing that. So if I could do nothing else, I would be a director, but I would love to do like three things at once.
Yeah, yeah. What's the hardest part about writing, do you think?
For me, when I'm writing, it either comes out all at once or it takes forever. And it's the inconsistency between that for me. If I'm doing a narrative project, sometimes it'll take months for me to be able to write the story that I'm wanting. But when I'm having to do something that's more professional, then it's like, okay, you just give me the deadline and I will get it done by that time. And that's, I think when you realize that you're a professional is when you can do it whether or not you enjoy it or not, and it still come out at a good quality level. So that's probably the hardest part is the inconsistency on the mood with it, but also the oh man, sorry, I lost it again.
Don't worry, I'll do that plenty of times. I won't make you look bad. I'll do that all the time.
Oh, it's all good. Um, but the other thing is also separating yourself from it. Because sometimes you get super invested in something and you have an opinion about it or an idea, and ultimately the client may not want it that way.
Hmm.
And I always tell myself, like, hey, it's one job. Their decision is not necessarily wrong any more than mine was the right way to do it. We just need to learn how to compromise and ultimately make them happy. So it's understanding that it's not necessarily your baby. You are part of a team, and the team is working together to put something out there.
When you write, I've heard some people do outlines, some
Mhm.
know the ending and then write a story to get there, some write out all the characters, and other people said, that'll take longer. I'll be done with it by the time you
Yeah.
get done preparing, and some people do, I'm going to write the beginning and they focus
hmm
on that. What is the middle, and they like, how
Right.
do you do it? They're all right. So how do you do it?
Mine's weird. I pretend that I'm navigating a DVD menu, and I write down the title of what I would imagine it would be on a DVD screen, and then put a little description of what that scene is. And that's the first step to writing any of my films is that.
Okay.
And then I talk to text everything on my phone to see if the dialogue sounds like a human actually would say it, and it just doesn't sound stiff. And then I copy that all into my script editing software and edit it and format it correctly and do another pass. So it's a weird way of doing it. It's probably not the most efficient way, but I like it.
It's
So
okay.
before that, I just long-handed everything and then typed it up afterwards. So this is a little more efficient.
Yeah. Do you ever like write something and say, it needs something else? I'm going to add a character and then add a character to the whole thing. Like, do you ever do stuff
Ugh,
like that?
so many times. Either adding a completely new character or just being like, oh, you know what? I just had this random idea for extending this scene out more, or realizing that a scene you worked on for weeks, you're like, actually, you know what? It's total shit. We should just cut it.
Oh,
Yeah, no, that happens all the time. And I think I'm pretty decent at doing like a first pass of a script. And then I send it off to my script doctors, and they tell me where I can improve it. So, like any script that I write usually passes through like three or four different people before we have a final draft of it, just because I value other people's opinions who I work with to make sure that we're all making the best product possible, slash film, slash fun thing, depending on what we're doing.
now, in your Toddy brothers,
Yes,
so you do have a brother.
I have many brothers. Yes.
Which is it more than one that you're referring to in the Toddy brothers, or is it just
Uh, Tady Brothers typically refers to me and my brother Andrew. We're the two that do the majority of the filmmaking together. But then I also have other brothers, Daniel and Philip, and a sister named Emily, and they also are all involved in various ways in our films, usually doing little acting scenes or cameos or whatnot. My sister's actually leading one of the new Sherlock Holmes ones, so
awesome?
it's
Awesome.
definitely a family business. We love working together. We're all each other's best friends, and it makes the holidays fun. And when you're not seeing each other on the holidays, it's fun to get together and make a movie.
That's wonderful. So are you youngest, oldest? What area do you fall in this?
Eldest out of the five. Yeah.
Oh, so you're overseeing them, telling them, all right, everybody, family meeting. We're going to do a movie together.
I have been called a little captain when I was younger by my father. That does not mean that I know how to steer the ship. When it comes to my siblings, we all work together, and it's a fun time. Nobody's necessarily in charge of anybody else. It's just whoever's project it is. We understand that that person is making the final call on it, but we all work together really well.
That's awesome. Actually, it sounds wonderful that you
It's
all
so
have
much fun.
an interest that you
Yeah.
all, share. That's interesting. Um, what have you learned doing this? Like, what have you learned? What was the hardest? What did you learn? Like the whole process. What have you learned?
Um, Film has a start time. It does not have an end time necessarily. And I found that can sometimes be frustrating when you're trying to explain it to somebody who maybe is not in the same sort of business that you're doing. Um, you're like, hey, I know this shoot start, my call time's at 6 a.m. I'll be back tonight. And that has sometimes been difficult. To get somebody else to understand that, I suppose. For me, it's just like that's the way of life. You're back when you're done. That's just
Yeah,
the way it is. But that was definitely a learning curve because I know when I was younger and being like, oh, we've definitely gone over time, being a little bit more like, why aren't we sticking to the schedule? And then that happened for like a year, and then after that, I caught on pretty quick. And but it's still it can still come up from time to time when someone's like, "Hey, we said we were going to hang out tonight." It's like, "Yeah, still planning on it. How late are you willing to go?"
yeah.
Oh.
I like it whenever we have like a 10 o'clock start time with a lunch built in and
Oh,
three scenes.
yep. There you
I think
go.
people are better with three scenes. If you do five scenes, it's sometimes they're just not as high a quality. Um, I don't know, like just my limited experience, my experience.
Yeah, I mean it depends for me. Depends on the length of the scenes, honestly. If it's going to be
Yeah.
like a really long talky sort of thing. Adam jokes with me when we get to set for Sherlock Holmes. He'll be like, "Okay, Sam, so like what bits of your dialogue did you cut out today so you don't have to memorize those lines?" I'll be like, "Oh, this bit, and this bit." And
So I wrote it. I
yeah,
write it
exactly. So
differently.
there are ways to go around it, and then he convinces me I need to just not be lazy and learn the lines, and then we end up having a good time and a good scene out of it, all in a very loving, joking kind of way. But yeah, that's one of the things when I know we're having a long day, I'm like, okay, how can I shorten it? And usually it's like, how do I cut out some of my
Yeah,
lines?
yeah.
I
I
value
just know
it
I
so
kind of
much.
agree. You were actually my 60th guest.
Mm.
And I've talked to a lot of people and like different philosophies and
Hmm.
some people have said, like if we start at 10 a.m. and we go till 1 a.m., quality suffers, people forget
Hmm.
stuff, like the scenes, just people, the energy goes down, like all
Yeah.
that. So stagger call times, get people out, like they're just talking about it. And I kind of
Yeah.
agree with that because I've been on sets where everybody shows up and at noon, let's say, my
Hmm.
scene's not until after midnight when it's filmed.
Yep.
I'm the last scene of the day. But by then I've driven 45 minutes
Yep.
and about 3 or 4 in the afternoon, they say, "Hey, you're not going to be till last. If you want to go home, you can go home, come back." And I'm like, it's 45 minutes home, 45 minutes back.
Yeah. It's like I'm already
Uh,
here, man. Like,
you're torturing me, but it's okay.
yeah,
I
of
actually really like the guy, but I didn't like this.
course.
I really like the guy. Um, how do you spend your spare time when you're not filming or involved in other people's films and not working? Or do you have any of that time?
Yeah, I spend all of it that I'm not filming with my daughter. I have a little 4-year-old girl, and yeah, I love spending time with her, going out to the park or taking walks or going out to eat, or we'll just have we built like a little movie theater over to the side here, so we'll do movie days or movie nights together. And
That's awesome.
yeah, just that she's the person I love spending the most time with. So that's where all my free time goes.
That's awesome. Where can we see your work?
Yeah, so I post everything that I do at on YouTube at Tady Brothers Productions. You'll find all of our films, all of our behind the scenes and promos and whatnot. And I usually post some shorter form stuff on Facebook and Instagram, but the majority of all my work is going to be on YouTube. Or if you go to the Johnson County Community College YouTube channel, a tenth of that is also my work.
Wow.
So, yeah. But
Hey,
yeah, no, those are the main places.
have you lived in Kansas City, the Kansas City Metro, all your life?
Yes.
All right, and I know you're not afraid to go to Missouri because you went to
Yeah.
UMKC, so I
Hmm.
know your ability to go to Missouri. So if somebody was coming to town and they said, "I'll go anywhere in the Kansas City area for barbecue, but I only
Oh,
have time for one place, and I don't want to do this, get beans here, get corn here,
sure.
one place, where are you going to take them?"
Everyone makes fun of me because it's a chain, but Jack Stack, I just think
No,
it's the
no,
easy
actually,
place
that
to
is the
go.
most popular answer that I have gotten.
It's amazing.
By far, Jack Stack is the most popular answer that I have gotten.
Yep, Jack Stack is delicious. That's where I would
Yeah.
recommend it for
I would
anybody.
say Joe's and Q39 are probably tied for second, roughly, but
I've
Jack
never been
Stack
to the
is
Q39.
coming out way on top. What do you order when you go to Jack Stack?
Lamb ribs and the fire kissed wings.
Okay, okay, very good.
Yeah.
Um, what do you think makes you good at something, or what is it, anybody? How do they get good at something?
Hmm. I think they practice with it. I think you can have natural ability at something, but you don't truly become good at it unless you study it and practice it and get in the repetitions. Because if you step away from it from a long period of time, you're not going to be caught up with just either how the technology works or the new information that has come out. And that's with any profession. You just have to keep working at it. And I think it helps if you have a passion or some kind of love for it. Don't necessarily need it, but it sure makes life less miserable when you do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Is there anyone when you see them on set,
Hmm.
you know it's going to go well?
Oh, I mean, anytime I go on a set and I see my friends Patrick, Lolo, or Amber, I'm like, oh, well, this is gonna be fun. I don't even care what we're filming. It's gonna be amazing. So anytime I see them on set, I know it's gonna be a good time.
And what's Amber's last name?
Amber Joy.
Amber Joy. Oh, okay, okay, very
Hmm.
good.
She's Lolo's younger sister.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hmm.
Very cool. Is there anyone that you see on set and you're like, oh no, what am I doing here? Like, you don't get excited.
No comment.
Okay, all right. Is there somebody, you don't have to say their name, but is there someone?
Generally, no. No one springs to mind right now,
Oh,
but
okay.
who knows?
It's okay. It's a bad question, but I asked it every once in a while.
Yeah, why
Um,
not? Yeah, so
what do
someone
you
might.
think? Yeah, what motivates you to keep doing this? Like, why do you keep doing this? What motivates you? Because you're giving away your spare time
Hmm.
to go work on projects or work on yours or someone else's.
I get to retain a essence of childhood imagination in my professional work. It's a job that you could complain about, but like first of all, who would listen? But second, you get to play make believe for a living, and that's amazing. You're telling stories. You're getting to work with your friends and meeting new friends. Like it's a very collaborative sport, for lack of a better term. I guess it would be the same reason why people go out and continue to play sports into their adulthood, even if they're not professional with it. It's the camaraderie with it is fun. This is how I hang out with my friends. This is how I meet new people. This is my community. So,
You talked about learning lines.
yes.
How do you learn lines? What's your process?
I don't really know if I have a process besides just reading it. I can memorize relatively quickly, which is helpful. Usually after saying it about 3 times, I have it down pretty decently. But what I like to do is sometimes I'll film myself just on my phone to see if I'm getting the inflections that I'm wanting correct, play that back and just like judge the hell out of it before I'm actually getting to a set.
Yeah,
But most of the time, I'm just I like to read it once at the beginning when I get the script. The night before, I want to look over it again, and then when I get to set, that's when I'll do it the way that I practice it, and then try to have a little bit of fun with it in between. If I feel like that's the appropriate place to do that in that set. Or if it's like, oh, we just need to get things done, then I just go with my original choices that I made for the sake of efficiency. But I don't know. I don't really like, I don't know. I guess I had heard this thing about how like Shakespeare described like characters before. It's like they exist at the beginning of the script and they end at the end of the script. You don't necessarily have to know all the things in between. So that's kind of how I look at it is how am I going to serve this particular story? I'm also kind of a technical director, so my acting is that way too, which is not just is this the right choice for the scene, but also like is this going to am I acting to the camera? Is this the angle I'm supposed to be at? Am I gonna make the gaffer's job just way easier if I like don't move all around and I like try to keep everything like right here? So all of those things are a lot of what I'm thinking about too. So I try to make the acting choices early on so that when I get there, I feel more comfortable thinking about things in a technical, logical sort of way. And maybe that's just nerves, but I know if I can just turn that on when I'm acting, then I feel my performance is going to be better, at the very least visually. And then the director's going to tell me if I messed up on anything else.
hmm. So, how do you get the emotions in? You said you practice it and think about the way
Hmm.
you think it should be performed.
Hmm.
Um, is there anything you do or think about, or you just like, what's your process?
Um, I try to find an equivalent memory
Okay,
for when I
okay.
felt an emotion that a character's supposed to be feeling. And a lot of times that works. And then there's some times where I'm just like, oh, they want sad, but like movie sad. So I need to look this way. I need to look the way you would expect someone sad in a movie to look, as opposed to a blubbering mess like I might get. So it's trying to think about knowing the project that you're working on. Is this like a serious drama where I am trying to open myself up a little bit more and be vulnerable? Or is this like, am I in like a comedy film where I'm supposed to heighten everything? So like knowing what I'm doing there, knowing what choices I need to make based on the project that I'm in is helpful.
Yeah,
But yeah,
like
I'll go
if you
about it.
were like, since you are a writer, director, producer,
Hmm.
like if you were designing a role for yourself or someone
Yes.
else, an acting role,
Hmm.
what would it be? Like what character traits, what would the role be?
Um, if I was doing one for myself, I joke that I can only play one character. Um,
What's your
but
character?
it's a version of me. Is but the kind of characters that I like to play are generally characters who are trying to figure something out. I like playing like kind of detective characters or spy characters or something like that. Also, I love if my costume can be like a little proper, if I can have a suit or tie or something like that and have
Okay.
my hair slicked back. Like those are the kind of things that I like to do. But if people see me in something else, I'm always open to trying that too. But like if I'm writing for myself, I'm gonna write a role where I can look good and, cool and be cool. Or just be like nasty and evil. I also like playing bad guys. We're doing I'm editing right now on a World War II film, and I played a German spy, and that was just kind of more of a get to chew the scenery with slicked back hair and like little Indiana Jones bad guy glasses, and ultimately I get drowned, which is good because
That's
that's
good.
okay. Um, but yeah, no, something where I can either do something that isn't me, or sorry, that's the wrong way to say it. Where I can do something that I wouldn't normally get to do in real life, that's way cooler than what I actually am, or something that's as long as it's entertaining people and I'm not playing like a real life kind of awful character. That's kind of where I draw the line is like I don't want to play like I would never play a rapist in a film or something like that or somebody who like would hurt uh different kinds of innocent people. Like I never want that image. Like I don't have to think about what those kind of people think about when I'm preparing for the role or even on set just having to be in it for a little bit. Like it just makes you feel icky and gross. And I'd rather play like either a good guy or like a sort of grayish character or a chewing the scenery kind of bad guy. I don't want to play a real horrible person, I guess.
I am kind of the same way. I would rather play like there was a short film that never saw the light of day because basically they thought it was too much for people to handle. But like a serial killer, killing anybody, whatever, I can
Hmm.
do that as
Yeah.
long as I don't hurt them first.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
awful, but like I
Quick,
just don't
quick
like.
couple of
I'm the
shots,
same as you.
that's fine. Torture, that's wrong.
Yeah, I've got to
I've
draw
read
the
other
line.
people doing that into films. That's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I
want
know
to.
someone who played a rapist murderer um, in in a movie. They played Richard Speck,
Hmm.
and like I watched it, like I couldn't watch it. I don't like seeing people get hurt in that way. Where if you did the
No.
same thing, but he was just shooting people, I could
Hmm.
have watched it.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
too
yeah.
personal.
Yeah, exactly. Everything should be entertainment first. And that's my belief as far as movies go, is your movie can say something, but it has to be entertaining first. And if you're putting too much stuff that's drawing it away from entertaining,
Yeah.
then it's just not up my alley.
Well, that's what I think. Like, I'm not going to say what it is, just in case I would get trouble saying it. But
Sure.
there were like some scary movies, and
Hmm.
I tried to watch this movie that everybody was talking about a few years ago,
Yeah.
and they had this naked lady they were cutting in half, and she was screaming, and I thought, who would find this entertaining? Like, who would find this entertaining? But this is not made for children. I got to mark that now. Um,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
like I just like I honestly I think like why would people keep watching this after seeing that? Like to me, that's like they've gone too far. But
Yeah, I'm not a big horror movie guy myself. I don't like being scared. So that's not really my genre. But yeah, no, some of the more like graphic, gory stuff is just a bit much. Like when it comes to violence or whatever, I want it to be like it should cap off on like the higher end violence in like James Bond movies. That's about
yeah,
where
yeah. You say that
Like,
I've actually
yeah.
been in some pretty scary stuff, but
Yeah.
um, I play a werewolf in something that I don't know if you know Todd Sheets, but
Oh yeah, Todd is awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a werewolf in his movie,
That's cool.
and it's awful, but I'm not the one doing it because I'm gone and someone else in the costume by then. I
Playing a
didn't turn
monster
in.
would be fun because those aren't real.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. So like to me, it's like it's oh, it's kind of goofy. There are no werewolves.
yeah, exactly.
Or are there? No.
Yeah.
What projects do you have coming up?
I am about to put out a Sherlock Holmes film that I mentioned before, The Sussex Vampire. We have a World War II film that I think we just changed the name to it to A Face Not Forgotten. And we are currently in production on two more Sherlock Holmes films and a spy film called Flight of the Songbird. So we've got a good handful of things coming out here in the next 2 years. So
That's awesome.
Sherlock will be this year, and hopefully the World War II one will be either towards the end of the year or beginning of next.
That's awesome. I love, even if I'm not a part of them, I just love Kansas City people producing things, making things. I just love all the people providing opportunities for people to make art. So thanks for that. Thank you for
Much
that.
talent there. Well, hey, thank you. Thank you for doing what you do. I mean, this is great and highlighting artists and being an artist yourself. Like, as long as we're all making good things in the world, I think we're making the world well, not the world a better place, but like our little part of the world a better place, which is all you can control ultimately.
Have you thought about with your skill set, moving across country to one of the three or four, but he talks about Atlanta, New York, LA. Every once in a while they bring up New Orleans or Austin or something. Have you thought about moving to one of these?
I think I used to, but my first job is always going to be a father,
Yeah,
and all my decisions are going to be based on what's in my kid's best interest. Like
that
maybe
makes
when
perfect
she,
sense.
yeah, maybe when she grows up doing something like that. But in the meantime, I think I want to just stay close to family and give her all the same opportunities that this area was able to give me.
Yeah, I respect that. And also,
Thank you.
like, it sounds like you're really close to all your family.
Yeah,
And so being away would be so hard.
yeah.
Like, it would be really hard going, you would go back and forth a lot. That's what
The
you would do in your spare time would be fly to Kansas City.
exactly. The only place that I would like consider going sooner rather than later, but it would still have to be after my daughter's grown up, would be Atlanta, and that's because I do have family there. So I need somebody who can bail me out of jail.
That's
Like
right. That's right.
so
Well, there's a lot of ruffians named Toddy. So what does Toddy mean? I've never heard that last name before. What does it mean?
I don't actually know what it means,
Well, I
but
Googled it, but I didn't know
you
which one
did?
was right. Yeah, they had three
Okay.
versions. And
What'd you
so
find?
um,
I'll put it in.
toddy is the English word is it was tada, toad.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's the only one I can remember. There was a German one too that meant something totally different. Um,
What's the Polish Croatian one? Because that's what I asked.
yeah, there's like they were all totally different. I can just remember toad because it sounds like toddy, tada is the word toad. But like there were so many, and I'm sorry I'm bringing up probably the worst one, but that's the only one I can remember. But they were all like so different. Um,
Well, it's not spelt that way originally. So you may have
oh,
actually been looking up the wrong word.
okay.
It was an Ellis Island change. Our original name is Tadej. It's Tajay.
Oh,
In cursive, the E and the J looks like a Y. So when we first came over, they was like, "Fuck it, it's a Y."
that's hilarious. They
Yeah,
just changed your name.
just changed it.
Wow. Yeah,
Um,
I was looking up the wrong name then. So
mm.
definitely not right. Uh, my last name was spelled Emendt.
hmm
And again, multiple versions, but the version that's probably true by based on where my family came from,
hmm
um, is like they say, alms for the poor means the
Yeah,
best.
yeah.
Int, Endt, int is like ending in
hmm
German. And so Ament was the best area of the village to live, which was usually the closest to the water.
There you go.
So somewhere I had relatives in Germany that lived close to the water.
Beachfront property, man.
That's right. That's right. I guess like you talked about making films and all that like for years and years. Where do you see yourself like in 5 years if you could do whatever you wanted making films?
hmm
and you're going to stay in the Kansas City area. We've concluded
Yep.
you're okay just directing. Like, what would be something that could happen that would change your life or make it where, like, I have made it? Not that you're not making it now, but like
Yeah,
you would be like, I've made it big time.
big time. Uh, I guess if I was able to direct a feature film in town that was a really cool genre piece that somebody brought me. I think that would be neat. Some kind of like James Bond knockoff or something like that would be a lot of fun. And get enough of a paycheck to pay off my debt. That's really what I consider making it is if I can just get to be in a place where I'm comfortable, then I'm very happy. And yeah, well, one movie that pays like $1 million, that'd be great. You can
Yeah,
return
absolutely.
$1 million with some smart investments.
That's right. That's right. You're the investment.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. I don't know about that if that's a smart investment, but we're gonna give it a go and see what happens.
Well, so when you look forward as well in the next
Yeah.
5 years, what do you think you're going to be doing?
Honestly, I think I'm probably going to be doing a better version of what I'm doing now. I'm still going to be making movies with my friends. Hopefully, we're going to be able to be paid better for them. And I think I'm going to be continuing my career in the collegiate field as well and trying to help build up my community. And then hopefully by that time, my daughter's pretty far along school, and I'll be able to do some PTA stuff and be involved in all of her extracurricular activities. Like my story is in its prime right about now, and I know that like in a handful of years from now, I am not gonna be the main character in my own life I'm already not the main character in my own life anymore. But I know further on, it's gonna be like I get to cameo every once in a while, but it's gonna be her story. So.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
If I can just be in 5 years, if someone can just tell me it's like, hey, you're being a good dad, I'll be fine.
That's awesome. In the film industry, I hope I haven't asked this because I've thought about it, but I don't think I did. What makes you stand out?
I think at least locally, I like to do a lot of films that don't necessarily take place in our time period. I love doing things that take place in the past or in the future. And a lot of that comes to production design and a lot of the things that I'm just personally interested in. I really like World War II history, Revolutionary War history, and the Victorian era. So I tend to like to dip my toes in that quite a bit. And I think those looks and styles tend to set me apart from a lot of other people in town just because that's not necessarily what they're making. Um, so yeah, if you ever want to, if the largest part of your budget is costumes, then my films are where you want to be. So
Wow. So do you do all the costumes and stuff yourself, or do you contact someone?
It depends. Sometimes I'm able to procure everything myself, and I can do a little bit of sewing and adjusting. A lot of stuff's off Amazon, thrift stores, antique stores, but every once in a while, like my friend Ray Clark, he does a lot of reenacting and knows a lot of people who do that kind of thing. And for the World War II one, he was the one that got a lot of the costumes together for us,
Wow.
and it was really cool. There was one day where we were like, "Hey, I think we're gonna add a French policeman to this scene." I was like, "That's great. What the hell do they look like back then?"
Oh yeah,
He's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Give me like a day," and then the next day he had like the full outfit. I was like, "Dude, you're amazing."
I had a guy on the show, Christopher Michael Schuster,
hmm
and he is a costume designer.
Yeah,
That's what he does for a lot of the time, and he's done a bunch of movies and Civil War
it's amazing.
and others. He was talking about one of the things was like he had supposed to get a Canadian police uniform from 1950, so he's got to try to find everything and figure out
That
what,
is specific.
and I could be slightly off on that, but pretty close to that was
Yeah.
what he was trying to do. Um, what things have what did I not ask you that you thought I'm ready to talk about it? And then I never even asked you.
Hmm. Let me think about that because I haven't thought of it yet.
You
Um,
what?
I said, let me think about that one because I haven't thought of it yet.
Okay, okay, good, good.
Yeah.
What are your final thoughts or your advice or word of the day you want to leave with?
Um, I guess my final advice or thing that I'm going to say would be just to anybody who wants to make movies, that if you want to make productions, you want to make films, that anybody can do it. Anybody can make movies these days. It's not like 30 or 40 years ago where only production companies could do it. Anybody could do it. You just have to have the imagination, have the drive, and it helps to have a couple of friends who are willing to go out in the cold and bad weather with you and pretend to be Doctor Who or Sherlock Holmes.
Very cool. Very cool. Anything else before we leave? I've really enjoyed talking with you.
Yeah, this has been a great time. Thank you very much for having me on. This has been awesome. No, can't really think of anything right off the bat besides follow Tady Brothers Productions on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, and we're gonna have some stuff that hopefully you guys will like coming up here pretty soon. Trailer for Sherlock Holmes will drop in like a week, and for the World War II film as well. So yeah, check it out, guys.
Sounds
Oh, and
great. Thank you,
come to
sir.
the IFC meetings and Bird Watching Film Festival, which are both coming up here then the next two Wednesdays.
Very good. Very good. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you taking your time to meet with me. Enjoyable
Thank you very
conversation.
much. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
You too.